Are we starting? Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Oh, good. Well, it looks like it's just the two of us again.
Oh, let's just have an intimate conversation, you and me.
There you go. Oh, you got some nice sunlight going on down there.
I do. We got 80 degrees down here.
Shut up.
Hurry. Cost of living is really cheap down here too. You should think about it. Centrally located, easy to get.
We got cold and COVID.
Yeah. Oh no, we got plenty of COVID, but we also have sunlight.
Oh man. Anyways, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of MBartist Alley Live. If I'm looking a little tired, it's because I'm recovering still from C2E2. Thank God that 4-month marathon of running around America is over. Thank God. But rest is only rest is for the weary. Rest is only for the weary. I was looking for the words. As 2022 is shaping up, and we can only hope that the powers that be don't shut us down again. It's just around the corner, and we're making plans. We be making plans. We're planting seeds everywhere, and we're trying to figure stuff out. But anyways, we're here. Well, two of us. 2 out of 10 is not bad. I think that's below the Mendoza line. And if you know what the Mendoza line is, you're probably coming. You're probably trying to.
Line 200. We are the Mendoza line right now.
We are under the Mendoza line.
We are right there. Yeah.
The Mendoza line's 210, right?
No, it's 200.
Is it 200? Oh,
yeah,
we are right at the Mendoza.
Yeah,
you were correct
there. Line, yeah. If we hit under 200, we are under a Mendoza line. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So welcome to MBartist Alley Live. I am your host, Stephen Ahola, and with me that way is DC and Marvel inker Mustafa Musa and Obvious Glare.
Does it look like a spotlight is on me? I'm trying to spotlight on me.
See if you can get that old school Star Trek close up. Do you remember that? How they would they do the female close ups? It was like intense light to hide everything. Soft focus, everything.
I just remember, 2020, the Barbara Walters, when they'd have Vaseline on the camera. Everybody would look just normal, and then they would cut to her, and she just looked like she had Instagram filters, but in the 80s.
Yeah, without the nose and the ears.
Well, yeah, something.
Oh, there we go. And then there was 3. Thank God you showed up, Jamie. We were running out of things to talk about.
Now we're hitting 300.
There we go.
Things to talk about.
Now we're batting 300. We're considered a success in MLB. We're at the Mendoza line. If you're watching us, you must be watching us on YouTube or Facebook, and we're glad you did. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We actually had people. Look, we actually had people share.
Ooh.
Look at it. Look. And that's not even already pulled the winner. The winner's right here. Look at we have
that's awesome.
Actually comment, and subscribe. It has more impact when Jamie does it. Strike fear. Strike fear. Anyways, there we go. We'll announce. When do you think we should announce the winner? Should we do it right off the hop, or should we save it for the end of the show?
Do it at the top of the next hour.
Top of the next hour. All right, we'll do it at the top of the next hour.
That way they gotta invest a little bit, but not the whole enchilada.
Oh,
there we go.
Anna Marie, you are true. Kevin did send quite a few. Let's see if his name's here. Yep, he did. I just pulled one of them out right here. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are artists and we're recovering from Chicago, we do the artwork. We do the artwork, and let's show them. Ooh, I see some newbies on the board. Here we go. We got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Whack, by Bob McLeod. Can you see why it's called Whack? Uh-oh, how did this get on here? All right, ladies and gentlemen, you can this is a pre-sale, so if you do claim this, unfortunately, you're not going to get it until April. But we've got Secret Wars #8 cover recreation by Chad Harden.
Is it an April Fool's joke? Why is it April 1st?
Because we still have to do the comics.
Oh, right. Those things. Okay.
Yeah. And not to mention we have 11 other covers to get done. All right. Wait. Segue. Anna Marie is cooking. Meatloaf. We've got Francine Delgado's 80s Queen Saturday Morning Dream. This was actually a successful image at Chicago.
Oh, was it?
It was probably the most successful thing about Chicago.
All right. Did you send anybody my way to get signed?
Yeah, I believe we did.
Oh, Brendan. That's fine. I didn't remember signing any of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
you know, it's totally possible that we were like, Francine's not here right now.
Yeah, whatever. The other guy, that's fine.
All right, Gabby, is that a claim before we even get to Gabby? Clarify if that's a claim or not.
Sounds like it.
There we go. We've got Jamie Coker's Villains Darth Vader. We've got some Hocus Pocus action. Here's another fresh one. Witch and Famous by James C. Mulligan.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Nick.
Mr. Rubenstein, your timing is impeccable. He has signed on just in time to tell us about this piece.
I didn't know you guys were still on the air. I'm so surprised.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's canceled yet.
It's been several months now.
As much as you've been letter writing a cancellation campaign, we have survived.
It is a watercolor gouache, and it is the voiceover actor plays all these different people, and it's interesting because Stephen told me that he plays the commander of one, and the other sidekick plays his commander in the other one. It's like they switch roles. So
they did.
I think I think it's pretty good.
Yes, Peter. This one is the voices of Peter Newman. He is the leader in Silverhawk, second in command in Thundercats, and the counterpiece to this, which is Larry Kenney, is vice versa, as he is the leader in Thundercats and second command on Silverhawks.
They must get confused.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's like I can't read all of a sudden. I'm trying to keep up on the comments. I think there's a claim in there. I have no idea. I saw the word claim. I don't know what it is. I'm totally out of it. Anyways, but yeah, we'll get more to that in a second because we have some great news that we're going to be able to announce concerning our Larry Kenney and Peter Newman autographed pieces. We've got John Hebert's Star Wars Icons, Darth Vader. We have a pencil sharpener by Joe Rubenstein. Mustafa, here's some fresh meat. Tell us about this one.
Fresh meat, yeah.
Well,
a fun commission that Pablo and me did together. Almost half a decade ago, and I was really happy with it. And then I got it recolored here about 2 years ago, and yeah, it's been selling a lot more since the recolor. So people dig it. I dig it. It's two popular characters, and yeah, it's fun.
Deadpool and Spider-Man Pest Control. And what else do we got?
Oh, yeah.
We have a coming soon. But this is available right now. You can't get this one now. I don't know why the coming soon is on this one and not on the other one. Anyways, we got Spider-Man Web Layer by our newest artist who has joined the team, Lobos. He sent me a comment. Please don't call me Pablo. So we have to go, Lobos.
Really? He doesn't want to be called Pablo?
He doesn't want to be Pablo. He wants to be like Cher, Madonna, Lobos.
Okay, if he's not using it, could I have Pablo?
Okay,
yeah. Pablo Rubenstein.
Yeah.
It's Joe Pablo Steen.
It's happening.
and I got told by John. John is our newest business guru over here. He didn't like how I talked about everybody else, but I never talked that I actually draw too. But here we go. We've got my Beauty and the Beast Full Surrender, which I got ridiculed tremendously by one specific woman for being too sexualized.
What, in Chicago?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. She was like, really? Really? Did you really feel the need to have his arm there?
She had a problem with righty resting on his wrist.
Yep. Yep. She had a problem with it. She had a
Wow.
problem with it.
What was your reply?
I was like, what do you think happens when people are embracing?
I don't know.
Oh,
And then I
she
said,
told-
this is nothing. You should see what we used to have on the wall at Disney.
oh boy.
There's nothing wrong with old bestiality, I guess.
Hey, let me just say, we used to do terrible things to Belle with Lumiere. But anyways, that's neither here nor yon.
I know.
She wanted the Beauty and the Beast. We put 2 in front of her. James won that round.
It's so tame compared to like so much other things you see in Artist Alley.
Very true. Very true. Anyways, that's available today as well. All right, let's throw up all 9. If you want one of these, there's 3 ways you can get it. Number 1, like Jamie. What's the number 1?
Like, comment, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you can know when our videos are out.
And then screenshot it and send it to us, and we will, each one that you send us will get a draw, like we just shown, a draw in this very decorative box. And we will draw your name. You could win one of these. There's going to be, so when we announce the winner, we do a random thingy majig. Anyways, you get, that's one way. Number 2, just say claim Darth Vader. Claim Darth Vader, and the lovely Love Jeet will help you out there, whether you want platinum, fine art, or canvas, or head on over to MBartist.com and you can get any one of these fine prints. And on checkout, put in the aptly worded free shipping. You can get exactly that, free shipping. Just understand there's a little bit of a delay if you pick the Secret Wars one. All right, there we go. Let's get them off the board. There we go. Hey, that almost timed out right. So I'm catching up here. All right. Brendan wants to claim a Robin Hood fine art. That wasn't on the board, but sure. Which is really weird because it's in his truck. Anyways, here we go. Yes, that's a Spider-Man and Deadpool, Nick. That is Mustafa, Spider-Man, and Deadpool, and Lobos. I don't know if he's aware that every time his name's going to come out, I'm just going to do that. You try it, Jamie. You probably could hit that deeper tone.
Yes, I did.
That was beauty.
That was
the
so
beast.
deep, my Twitter blew.
That was probably a little too dramatic, but hey, what the hell, right?
I thought he sounded like the Beast from the movie.
I'll take that.
Hey, all I know in the teaser, we actually had Jamie's last time on MBartist Alley Live.
Yeah, I was like, who is that guy? Oh, it's Jamie.
Who was that deep tenor?
Jeez.
Anyways, can I please claim 80s Quins art? You got it, Gabby. Look at that. It's that easy, folks. 80s Quins. 80s Queens. 80s Queens, and no, there is no Boy George in that picture.
Speaking of 80s queens, where's Francine today?
I do not know. He's probably still cursing the Ghostbusters.
Speaking of 80s queens, where's John Hebert today?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. John had a rough weekend. We all had a rough weekend. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from Chicago, and Christmas is right around the corner. What do you guys want to talk about today? I'll be honest, I didn't really prepare anything. Not that I normally do. What should we talk about? Is everybody avoiding the internet today after the spoilers?
Okay, here's our subject.
The internet? Okay, here we go.
Okay, here's our subject. What is the most touching thing that ever happened to you because you were a comic book artist?
Touching?
Emotional, something that made you glad that you had done this profession.
That's a good question. Go ahead and start, Joe.
Guy walks up to me, I don't know, 40th or something, and he says, I want you to sign this comic book because I got it when I was a kid, and you're on my bucket list. And I went, you mean that? Bucket list? He says, yeah, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and the doctor said you better get these done faster, sooner than later.
Oh, wow.
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 So the guy just needed to get my signature on a comic book before he died. It was quite startling.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's deep.
So,
I'm not following it.
I don't know if we have anything compared to that. I think it's touching when people say we drove all the way from so and so to see you. Like if
Yeah.
it's a different city, a different state.
Yeah. It's around
Once
the
or
corner.
twice it's been a different country, and I'm like, well, why me? No, what? There's other people. Yeah, so that's always touching me. Or we
Yeah.
remember you last year. We came here specifically to see you again. You know, that kind of thing.
Mm.
I actually, in
Yeah.
Chicago, I had someone bring up a sketch cover I did 2 years ago. I was like, oh my God. He goes,
Wow.
do you want to finish this?
And then
So
I finished it.
I sent it to Joe.
And then I finished it. How'd I do?
It looked great. I thought it
Show
looked fine. It looked good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Were you pleased with it? It was a flash. So it was a Venomized Flash.
Huh.
Well,
I do.
what I was afraid that I was misinterpreting some sections that might have been one and not the other, which is why I wanted you to look at it.
No, I thought it looked good.
All right,
I
great.
probably missed
So the original story behind that. So the gentleman comes like literally 15 minutes before the end of the show on Sunday and says, hey, can you do a commission? I'm like, sure. And he goes, I have no ideas, but I know I want to do something Flash. And I always wanted to do a Venomized Flash. I thought it'd be really cool to see the Flash just running as fast as he can, and like the venom would like come off him, kind of like a parachute. I thought that'd be
Yeah.
like you play with that idea of stretching it out. So I waxed it out pretty quickly, and I said, and I did say, you know, if you come back, we'll get this finished. I just didn't realize it would be 2 years later. And I didn't bring any of my drawing stuff because, you know, it's like when you're doing the booth, you guys are doing your thing over there in Artist Alley, and I'm too busy hustling. So, see, there you go. See, Brendan's chiming in. The red and yellow and the black and blue.
I didn't get to see that one. I would like to see it. I was right next to him the whole weekend too. I didn't even see it.
Well, you know, Joe, when he gets his head down, he goes.
Oh yeah, how many did you think you worked on this weekend, Joe?
Commissions?
Yeah.
10 something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That doesn't count my backboard where I finish them up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's 10 more than me.
Machine.
Mustafa, did you get any commissions in Chicago?
Yeah, I got a few. And it's funny, like we were talking about, there was a few guys who came and it was like, oh, I got something from you a few years ago. Oh, cool. And like, okay, bye.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you got enough. Who cares?
Yeah. Like, oh,
That's
no,
good.
more. No, I'm good. I got more things. No, that's fine. Just want to say hi. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
I was just really flattered that he felt that attached to that image that he brought it back.
Yeah.
Mm.
That was kind of cool.
You get guys at conventions who walk up to you and go, "You were so important in my childhood. I love your work. I have everything you ever did. Bye."
Yeah.
Did you? No,
Yeah.
nothing. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, well, in Seattle, somebody was a huge Wolverine fan, and they were like, "Oh man, your Wolverine's cool. I want to get it." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then I was like, "You know, the guy who worked on Wolverine's right next to me."
Yeah.
Well, we just had another claim. Someone actually wants to know if they can claim a 14x28 canvas of Robin Hood. James Mulligan's fresh Robin Hood. Yes, the answer is yes. You can claim whatever you want. If you go on our website and you don't want to use the website, just put it here. We'll take care of it. Here's another thing, Joe, just to echo off of your question there. I often get, I guess a lot more now because it's been 20 years since I was really active in the animation industry. I'll get people in their like mid to late 20s and they'll just tell me that I was their childhood because I worked on so many of those kids TV shows, and they'll start riffing them off. And as the biggest one seems to be Redwall. I've had people come from when we were in Boston. I had somebody come from New York State, And I thought that was, it's like you get a little speechless. It's like it to me back then. I was just trying to get into the industry and establish myself. 2 weeks, get a paycheck, and get the hell out of there. I guess you don't really realize. Well, you realize now that you're on the other side. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird that way.
Did you find working in animation satisfying?
Yeah, I did.
See, the little bit of animation that I've done, I didn't like the fact that it's like 400 other guys working on the project. I like the fact that when I do a comic book, it's my look,
Right.
So I don't find it satisfying to just know that there's a little piece of what everybody else is going to do. But
Well,
I'll make money.
Depending on how prolific you are, you'd have a lot of little pieces, right? Because you work on, like, if you work on a feature film, you're on that thing for about 4 years.
Yeah.
So it's the reason why there's so many people is because they're really cranking it out. Like, I remember on the Beauty and the Beast, I'd watch it. I'm like, oh, that's fine. Oh,
Right.
that's fine.
How does it feel after 4 years? Okay, you're done. Goodbye.
Yeah, you're tired because at the end they don't let you leave the office. You're just happy they're letting you out the door.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
Because I remember when we did the Beauty and the Beast, the last little bit, people were sleeping underneath their desk. They had a steady stream of pizza boxes coming to the kitchen.
When I moved to LA, I was told that they're doing the Ultimate Marvel DVDs, and you'd be perfect for the storyboards. I said, yes, I would. Where are they? He says, well, we don't know really. We know a guy who kind of met a guy who knows somebody who heard about it, and it's like nobody knows anything. And then 9 months later, I get a phone call from Will Mineo, the director, who goes, hey, we just heard you're in town. Would you like to work on this for us? I went, yeah, but it's like, it's such a weird system. I said, I called up the animation guild. I said, could you put up on a bulletin board willing to help people out on jobs? And they said, well, why should we do it for you? And says, why don't you do it for everybody? Why do you have to know a guy? Why can't you just say, oh, Joe Rubenstein's available. I know his work. I'll call him. So I don't think the system works very well.
No, it's the animation industry it's not unionized.
It's a guild, right?
Yeah. It's a lot of people coming in, a lot of kids willing to work for next to nothing.
Right.
So when you start scaling up, a lot of people fall to the wayside because it really is an industry where it's who you know, not what you know at times, unfortunately. But with that said, there's some really great artists that kind of go there and then go their separate ways. Like, look at Brad Bird, right? Brad Bird spun off and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Tim Burton, he spun off.
Right.
So you can get lots of people. And I'm just using film industry guys because those are the ones I know off the top of my head. But illustrators, comic book.
And of course, Bruce Timm said he couldn't get work for a long time because they said your stuff looks too cartoony. The cartoons.
Yeah. And now people flock to his table when he's ever at a show.
Sure.
So that's a pretty good question. What about you, Jamie? I'm sure you, with the success of the villains line, I know you and I have been having conversations of people just kind of popping up states away.
Yeah. There's been a couple times. Well, yeah, a couple times where like there was one guy in particular who was coming from like 4 states away, 3 and 4 states away or something like that to pick up some. And he's like, when's the new one coming out? I'll be there at the show. You just post it on Instagram or whatever, and I'll be there. And it made me wonder. It's like, we can't ship it to you. That's a thing. Mail is a thing now. I'm pretty sure for a long time. But he just likes coming and picking up the new villain and talking with me and sharing ideas for the next one. And
it's the Jamie Coker experience.
Yeah, I guess.
There you go. We're gonna have to brand that.
You wanted the full experience.
Yeah, the full Monty.
Yeah, so it's a good feeling to know that people are a fan of what you do, and want to just even spend a few minutes with you talking. So I don't know. I always get a little geeked out about that. It's just really cool.
Well, you're also international. Brendan just dropped there, and I totally forgot that we had an order. And look at that. 3 villains are off the way to the Netherlands.
Cool.
Yeah. So, and also, every once in a while, I'll find your shredder floating around on eBay for triple what we paid, what we had it for retail.
Oh boy.
Of course.
Well, I mean, hopefully it'll wind up at a good home.
Yeah, we should have kept some of those, eh?
Maybe.
Where are you at this weekend, Jamie?
Thank you for asking, Mustafa. I am in Chicago, specifically the Rosemont area of Chicago.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a small show this weekend. It's a little anime show, so I'm going over there and just going there, setting up, maybe selling a couple things, and then heading back home and getting some artwork done and all that good stuff. So good times. Hanging out with some con friends too.
Is it true that you don't do your work, but your wife ghosts for you? I've heard.
No, that's not true at all.
No, all right.
That's not true at all.
Can you draw something in front of us right now and prove it?
I mean, I could show you something I've drawn recently.
Well, no, your wife drew recently. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Can you draw something right now? Good.
Draw something right now.
I want Sherlock Holmes.
Challenge.
Draw Sherlock Holmes.
Oh my gosh! How about this, Joe?
Why Sherlock Holmes?
Because he doesn't have one handy. That's why.
Because he wants to detect it.
Oh jeez. I assure you, I draw everything. Draw my stuff. Trisha does do my flats though. My flats helps me with the colors and the finishes.
Okay. So the truth comes out.
Well, you know what, Joe. Here's the deal. The next time we're at a show, I will come to your table and I will act to you the way you acted towards me the first time I approached you.
What I do? What did I do?
I went up and I was at Indiana Comic-Con. I said, "Hey Joe, how you doing? My name's Jamie. We're both part of the same group, MBartist." You were looking down, looked up and went, and went right back down.
No,
I was like, "Oh, he's just busy. He's
It was knowing that you were associated with Steven. That was
Damn.
okay.
We know Joe's true feelings about what we do. Publicly, he's like, off camera.
I'm told I'm that way on camera and off camera.
Oh, my apologies. Joe comes over to the booth. He goes, all right, I don't know which one of you, me and Brandon were standing at the booth. He goes, I don't know which one of you two keep telling people I'm cranky, but quit it.
I'm not cranky to my fans.
And I totally threw Brendan under the bus.
Oh.
Now, see, you have to understand, if I'm always cranky when Brendan's around, what's the common factor?
Ooh.
Brendan, response? Joe.
Shots fired.
Oh, Kayla says you're very kind, Joe. There you go.
You're reading it wrong.
Right. Right.
Oh, very Joe kind of response. Okay. See, you know what? I'm just not going to read the comments. Someone else read the comments for me.
Did you miss me, Kayla?
Jeez, man.
Alrighty. So Chicago's done. 2022 is coming around the corner. I know everybody's itching for New Orleans. That seems to be the popular next destination, considering it's only 4 weeks away.
Are you going to be there, Steve?
You know what? Literally just before I came on here, an alert went out that the Canadian government has suggested nobody leaves Canada. I'm like, oh!
Really? Oh, crap.
Yep. We've been Omicroned.
So are you planning on being there, or is it up in the air? Okay, that's crazy. Are we all going to be there?
Yeah, well, I've already talked to them. They already got space there. I've seen the floor plan.
Okay.
Yeah, they said this is what we're thinking. I said no, this is what I'm thinking. So the idea we're playing with is we're going to take our footprint that was in the exhibitor, the art gallery, and we're going to merge it into the Artist Alley.
Okay.
So I'm just waiting to hear back. Lots of great. It was a very positive conversation. I know they want us there. I know we'd like to be there. They have some cool things that they're adding to their toolbox after their acquisition of Wizard World, including that they're offering their own trucking service, which I think is so cool. Yeah. So we'll see. Of course, nothing like getting things done last minute. So, but the way everything's going, it's like when I came back from Chicago, the airport was a complete disaster. It's easy to get on the plane out of the U.S., not so easy to get out of the airport in Canada. They were hurting people. Huh?
The Canadian airport was a disaster.
Yeah, I landed in Toronto, got off, went to customs, no problem. And as I went past customs and was heading towards the carousel to get my luggage, I noticed, why are they corralling people in different sections on the way to the carousel? And I realized that if you were coming from anywhere other than the U.S., they were taking people to get tested, like on the spot. They were testing people on the spot at the airport. But I was lucky enough that I just hightailed it out of there. But I went to the carousel and luggage was all over the floor. It was all over the floor. That's how much of a backlog there was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because you had to get tested off the plane before they'd let you past customs.
That sounds like a super huge hassle.
It was a hassle. I just got
For
lucky.
them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like the staff were like, we don't know what's going on.
So, okay. That's probably still going to be going on in February when the Canadian shows open up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why are they trusting the U.S. and not testing people who came from there?
I think it's because the Omicron variant is more prevalent right now in Europe, South Africa, Asia.
Okay.
But that doesn't seem to be the case anymore because today I woke up and apparently the numbers tripled overnight. So it's like we went from averaging 300 to 500 cases a day to now we're like 1,600, 1,800. It's gotten stupid all of a sudden. But we're not here to talk about COVID. No. No, we're here to talk about something else. God, for the love of God.
2022 conventions, 2022.
2022. However, if we are able, John wants to do Vegas.
Of course he does.
Vegas would be cool.
Vegas would be cool.
Oh yeah.
That's the amazing. So what's better, the amazing or the? There's another one in Vegas, isn't there? Isn't there like a torpedo one? Doesn't Torpedo throw one?
That's our own little like mini con for them. That's kind of
my friend Chandler. He used to throw the Great American Comic Book Convention, but he died last year, so I don't know if those are going to continue or not.
I mean, there's other conventions in Vegas, but the biggest one would be Amazing Vegas.
Amazing.
I distinctly heard Hebert say, "I don't want to do any more conventions, unless it's Vegas."
Is that the proviso?
He didn't say that, but Vegas came up, and suddenly he changed his ways. That's all I got to say.
Well, I do know he was complaining all weekend that it was bleeding money. Well, that's definitely a good spot to continue that trend.
and the cosplaying is a lot neuter than other conventions.
Oh, are they?
Oh yeah, it's Vegas. Great.
Oh boy.
Yeah, there's a lot of body paint customs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not really wearing anything but paint. They'll have that in Vegas.
I was in Vegas, and I was waiting to get on the elevator with a couple other people, and a completely naked woman stood there with a couple of pasties and a see-through cover-up. And nobody said, "Hey, lady, there's children around." Like, nobody said a word. Not that I complained.
Wow.
And then it turned out that the Hedonist Convention was in town, so what do you expect?
No one said a word, but there was a lot of pointing.
and heaving.
Said a lot of body language.
Thanks, Josh.
The heavy breathing went up. All right, we got a question. Thank God we got a question. Kevin wants to know, what's the biggest downside to all the conventions and traveling for you?
Any kind of personal life.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
becomes
Conventions are more work than work. You don't sit 9 hours a day in our studio and not get up and take a break and do something. Conventions are tiring.
Yeah.
Especially when they don't give you a chair.
Right.
Yeah.
I showed up to Chicago and it was like no tables, no chairs for exhibitors. And I was just like, all right, I guess I'm standing for 3 days. It wouldn't have been as bad if it was like, go, go, go. But
You didn't steal a chair from somewhere?
no, I guess I could have done that.
Wow. Okay.
I could have done that. I did borrow Jamie's every once in a while. Jamie was smart. Jamie and Trish brought stools. So every once in a while, they'd show up like, why are you behind our booth? I am now. But by the end of the show, we commandeered, I think, we had commandeered 2 other booths as well. We were slowly spreading out, trying to make anything happen.
Like the Blob?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But Jamie took over a prime spot. You got a lot of traffic.
Oh, well, there was a situation where the guy that was supposed to be like kitty cornered across from me, he ended up switching spots. So he had his spot open. So he asked if I wanted it. So we just took that over. And then it turns out that the guys behind us on day of setup are like, where the heck are these people? If you have a 10 by 10 corner booth, you're going to show up setup day to set that thing up unless you've never done conventions before. So I actually found them on Facebook and I messaged them and I said, hey, are you guys coming? They said no. So we took that one too.
Luckily for you guys, because if you guys got stuck where you were supposed to be, you would have been hemmed in.
I know. I was telling Trisha the whole weekend. I was like, man, if we were in that little cave, that we were supposed to be in initially, this would have been a rough weekend.
And it was literally a cave.
Yeah,
you got completely boxed in.
I mean, it was like it's like I don't know. Have you ever seen that movie, The Descent, that horror movie? Kind of like that. It would have been just as horrific, just without the creatures. But it was. We had to move. All I can say is, if we hadn't moved, God, I don't know what we would have done. Probably stared at each other.
We just put a bar across with some drape and we turned it in John's office.
Hey, but you know what though? That worked sweet.
It did work sweet.
He
went through all the inventory. It was pretty cool. He was just ripping away through it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, no.
I was watching John just go in and out behind the curtain. I was like, man, it almost seems like it was purposeful.
Yeah, we planned it that way.
Yeah, exactly.
We just faced the booth in the wrong direction. Artist Alley is that way. I said to the guy from Reed Pop, we want to be connected to our artists because that's just our business model, and they couldn't have put us further away.
Well, I mean, we were as close as we could be while still not being. I don't know. I don't know. We could have been A row. That's far.
Mustafa, I was pointing in the wrong direction.
No, you were pointing towards the door, right?
No, I was pointing towards another booth. I bought an end cap.
Well, yeah.
And I was like 6 feet away from it was the only thing that ended was people finding me. Like I could literally reach out and touch. Like an end cap, you shouldn't be able to walk 2 feet and say, hi, I'm your neighbor.
Right. Would you rather be on the other side behind you where you were facing Artist Alley? Is that what you mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that would have been better. Yeah,
absolutely.
That would have been better. But they couldn't have put like me and Joe and Bob. I don't think they could have put us much closer.
No, well, they completely removed an entire. No, not as far away as NYCC, Kevin. No, that's a completely different floor. It was like, and I remember I sent Mike an email. Here's our artist. We'd like to be grouped together because we are a group. He's like, okay, one's way over there, one's way over there, one's way over there.
Oh, you're talking about New York?
Yeah, New York.
Yeah.
But at least he got you guys together for the other shows.
To his credit, it fixed it for Emerald City and Chicago. We just needed people.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? It was funny.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, where they had us is like we had a steady stream of people going down either aisle, just nobody coming across to where we were.
Yeah.
It's like I'd look over and I'd see like Jamie would attract people because you could see him 30 feet in any direction and from that side and that side just based on where he got moved over to. We were completely hemmed in. And then you would go on the other side of the urinals. Before I finish that thought, did anybody else find it interesting that the signs on the bathroom changed from day 1 to day 2?
Yeah. They went to neutral on day 2.
Wait, what?
I swear to God, I was in the bathroom, and that's when they changed the signs. Because when I came out of the stall, there was 3 women waiting in my stall, and I was like, "Wait a minute! I think I've had this dream."
I still go to the one marked men anyway.
Yes.
I did not have the cojones to go.
So the thing is, like, it's fine when they have them, like, you know, gender neutral, but like clearly you can tell which one was the men's and which one was the woman's. So like when I go in there, I'm like, oh, there's no stalls in here. I'm just gonna no. And then if you go to the other one with stalls and there's a woman walking past, then you really gotta focus.
I'm in trouble
because there's no partitions over there. If they got partitions, it's fine. But if not, then they're like, okay, I gotta focus now.
Yeah, well, it's like you notice that it was the women who first invaded the men's bathroom.
Yeah, invaded.
They invaded. That's what I'm calling it. Because when I was walking out, there was one guy that I guess wasn't even expecting it, and he just suddenly, I just saw him do this also. He just kind of.
Yeah.
Mustafa, with you, they're just looking for eye candy. Don't hide too much.
Is that what it is? That's not where they're gonna find it, in the bathroom.
Okay.
If I had a couple drinks with me, I just wanted to walk on the other side and go, okay, where's the couch?
Yeah.
Because they go in groups. You know there's a couch over there. Jamie, don't shake your head. You know it's true. Ask Trisha. Tell her to tell the truth.
That's the Saturday Night Live bit.
Oh, is it?
With the Nubians, with the feathers, and it's like Cleopatra's throne in there. We just don't know it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Couches and moisturizer. That's what's over there. But I thought that was but on the other side, so it was like if you cross the main aisle in Chicago, all the artists were piled on top of each other. But if you went on the other side, you could play soccer in parts of the other side there. Like James was in aisle 500, and there was like in front of him there was like 50 yards before the next booth, and he had about like 30 yards in either direction before he hit another one.
Wow.
So, but he took full advantage of it. He basically turned his 10 by 20 into a 20 by 40. He just stretched it.
Why not?
Yeah, might as well. You got the space.
Yeah. No, good for him. Good for him. Kayla said she loved the gender neutrals. No more waiting in lines. There you go.
Yeah. I think that's a huge benefit because, like, as dudes, we just walk in and we do our business, we go, and then like you look beside and you see like this huge line of like ladies waiting to get in. So it's a benefit, and then the downside is you got to share a room with a bunch of gross dudes that are just gonna make a mess everywhere. Guys, the bathroom's the worst.
I used to go in the bathroom and do my business, but then the judge made me promise to stop.
Oh, you got to stop doing business.
It's not monkey business, Joe.
Okay.
Where else?
Not the way I do it. Okay.
So nobody had the cojones to go in the women's washroom, man.
Nope.
Oh yeah, no, several times.
You did? You went over?
Well, I mean, after the fact, and then I see like it's just stalls, and I'm like, well, I'm already here. I can't just leave now. So yeah.
So you went over there just to see if you could find the couch?
No, I went over there because I had business to conduct.
Oh, business. Oh.
Yeah.
The judge made you promise to stop.
Threw it out. Yeah. You know what? I have to get going, guys. I'll watch the stream, but I have to sign out now. Sorry.
How ironic how you would use that word after talking about bathrooms. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's say goodbye to Mustafa Musa.
Bye, guys.
All right, off he goes.
All right.
And then there were 3. Now we're back down to batting 300. Oh well.
More than the monkeys.
Yeah, I think I got in trouble on that bathroom bit. My wife's watching. Now she decides to watch.
But interestingly enough, if you're shy, go into the ladies' room because there's stalls. If you're in the men's room, stuff could happen.
You think so?
Well, I mean, you're doing something. There's a woman walking by, and it's like,
yeah. Well, that's the only thing I could think of is like if you're, because guys know when you go in there, it's like an elevator.
right.
Like the last thing you do, go,
Nice one.
Nice. That's a
You think that's nice?
Oh my God.
Wait, it shrinks? It must be cold in here. Yeah, so that's the only downside I could see is like, do we have to educate both the other gender now? The rules of going into the men's washroom? Brendan says we do. All right, ladies,
because they're new to Brendan.
Watching this, please just pretend if you go into the men's side, even though it's gender neutral, if there are stalls, treat it like an elevator. All right, that might be bad because I've seen how women are in an elevator. All right. Treat it like men in an elevator. There you go. We look up at the numbers. We don't respond to each other. It's just in and out. Jamie, would you like to add to that?
I didn't know this. I didn't know this episode was going to turn so much into a toilet humor. But here we are, I guess.
Wah, wah.
Here we are.
Wah, wah. All right.
What would you like us to do? Just flush it. Okay.
Not a
All
bad
right.
idea.
Oh, there's my wife again. I'm in more trouble.
Okay.
Kevin says I'm digging myself a hole. All right. Let's leave it. Let's move on to the next one. So apparently I'm not allowed to go on Facebook or Instagram.
What'd you
for
do?
the next couple days.
What did you do?
Spider-Man came out. And apparently people have been just telling everything.
Really?
Yeah.
So you did?
No, I haven't seen Spider-Man, but I don't want to go on. I don't want to know.
So you're not banned. You just don't want to see anything.
Yeah, not banned.
Oh,
no,
okay.
No. After this conversation, we might be banned off. Who knows?
I'm pretty sure everybody dies at the end, but maybe
They all die at the end.
Yeah.
Kevin's going tomorrow. Yeah, so apparently the internet this morning was blowing up with spoilers, and apparently they're saying there's end game type moments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. One of the reviewers that I read said that people were cheering in the crowd just like moments in Endgame, standing up, clapping, all that stuff.
Great.
Very cool.
So, and
Well,
the whole thing where they say greatest comic book movie ever. That's been said a few times about this one too.
Right. So which is your favorite Spider-Man actor?
Holland. Got to be Holland.
Okay.
He's actually the closest one to being a teenager. I mean, Toby looked a little too old
when he started.
I mean, was it Andrew Garfield? He's too cool to be Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I mean, Holland, I think, is the best choice.
So no Nicholas Hammond? Is that it? No?
I've seen him, but no. Another guy who looks way too old for the role.
Okay.
Well, when they were casting,
I don't know. I liked him though.
When they were casting Tobey Maguire, that was back in the days when you had to be 30 to be in a high school TV show. Remember 90210? Luke Perry was 35. Playing a 16-year-old.
Yeah. Was it a actress whose name was Gabrielle Carteris, and she was in her 30s?
Yeah.
It's like, man. Oh.
Yeah, they weren't even trying.
No.
So no, I agree. I wasn't a big fan of the first Spider-Man. I loved Spider-Man 2, the Doc Ock one.
Yes, Spider-Man 2 was awesome.
I could not get into the first one. I thought they mishandled Green Goblin. I didn't like that they kind of just jump into Mary Jane and how they dealt with her. But I loved it was the perfect Aunt May and Uncle Ben. That's the only thing of the three of them. That's the perfect.
Wait. Who is Uncle Ben in the Tobey Maguire one?
Wasn't his name Cliff something?
Oh, Cliff Robertson.
Cliff
Yeah.
Robertson.
Yeah.
He was okay, but to me, Martin
Sheen?
was such great casting. He looked it. He was the right age. I loved him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, they had to get Skeletor to play Aunt May if they're going to be accurate.
Yeah. Well, that's what I loved about the first one. Like J. Jonah Jameson, can anybody outdo
Oh,
who they
J.K.
cast?
Simmons? No.
Simmons?
Yeah.
No, you got to bring him back. You got to.
Yeah.
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 I was.
I mean,
I was in a pizza parlor, and he was over at the next table with his family. And when he got done and they were leaving, I said, "Excuse me, Mr. Simmons, but I did Spider-Man for 3 years." And I went, and he got it, because he was great. He was that guy.
Oh, he nailed it. He nailed it.
Yeah.
He's also in Ghostbusters Afterlife, by the way,
Briefly.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Oh, that was a great movie. Are we allowed to talk
I still
about
have yet
it
to
now?
see it.
Come on, man.
I still haven't seen it.
It's a good movie.
So-
That's it. Okay.
Yeah. Did
It's
you
a
hear
good
one of the
movie.
things about J.K. Simmons coming back to play the role is that he had to have the mustache? They were going to have him without it, but he insisted on them. But he insisted, got to have the mustache to play J.
Of
Jonah.
course.
I mean, get rid of the hair on the top, but got to keep the mustache.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it looks like he's really enjoying it. The one clip I saw of him. So it looks like yeah. So and apparently and then this Wednesday is going to be episode 5 of Hawkeye. Is it 4?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it should be out today.
being a
right?
gay man, I'm really looking forward to West Side Story. So
You and my wife both. Apparently, I have to take her to West Side Story.
your wife
for
is a gay man? Okay.
Oh, today? Oh, yeah, that's today. And you know who's coming today, right?
To
You know
what?
who they're
Oh.
Kingpin.
Yep, Kingpin's going to be on there. I think so,
Kingpin's
yeah.
back, baby.
Oh,
yeah, it's about time.
On Hawkeye.
Yeah, Kingpin's is
Okay.
showing up in Hawkeye.
Yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah,
didn't-
I
did-
loved him in Daredevil, man.
Didn't
He
J.K.
is
Simmons,
so good.
Didn't J.K. Simmons play Commissioner Gordon in one of the movies?
He did in Justice League.
He
Yeah.
gets around,
Oh, yeah.
and he's also one of the M&Ms.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Isn't he the yellow one, the dumb one?
Yeah. Well, that was John Goodman, but then he left, and Simmons took it over.
Oh, okay.
And he's also Fred Mertz in Meet the Ricardos, which I don't think is quite right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I sure killed that story.
So it looks like all the Netflix characters are coming back to the MCU.
Why
Let's
not?
just quickly leave what is it, Iron Fist?
Iron Fist?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, go ahead, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Daredevil, Punisher. Slow your roll there, Iron Fist.
Well, Daredevil's coming back too, right?
Well,
Yeah,
the
he is.
rumor is
Yeah.
he's in the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, that's the rumor anyway.
The only thing I don't like is he's not a redhead. I mean, that was sort of the whole point with Daredevil. You know the woman who played the secretary, Karen, in Daredevil?
Oh, yeah.
The blonde
I can't
girl
think of
who
her
used
name,
to be
but
in
yeah.
True Blood.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So
Deborah Ann Wall.
Right.
Yeah.
So I went to the filming of the Stan Lee Memorial special they had on ABC. They rented out a Broadway theater, and and as I left, I saw her and I told her what a good actress I thought she was, and she was escorting a blind man out. And I thought,
Really?
that's interesting. I wonder who he is to her. Okay.
Interesting.
She was great in True Blood, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That the first couple seasons of True Blood was really good, and then they just kind of jumped
why?
the shark.
Because it's sold.
Isn't she on some podcast or something where she plays Dungeons and
Where
Dragons?
is it? It's in the portfolio.
Something like
No
that?
idea.
Behind something.
No
I thought she
idea.
was, but maybe I'm confusing her with somebody else.
Someone asked the question, where was it? Oh, Joshua wants to know, who's your guy's favorite actor for comic character to appear on TV or big screen?
Oh.
That's weird.
For a favorite actor for a comic character?
Yeah.
You mean
Oh,
to be
man.
or has been?
Well, I guess of all let's rephrase. Of all of the TV and movie comic book, which actor portrayal of a comic book character did you enjoy the most? How about
Well,
that.
look, let's face it. If Robert Downey Jr. hadn't pulled off the first Iron Man, there'd be nothing after it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and you can tell there are scenes, particularly one where he's in the car, where he's improvising and cracking up the other actors, and they just kept it in.
Yeah. I mean, Tony Stark basically is Robert Downey Jr. I mean, for all intents and purposes.
With a slightly different addiction.
Well,
Yeah.
he was so good, he changed the comic book character. Like, Stark was never the wisecracking ass that he was in the comic. He was an
Yeah,
alcoholic.
But that's like when I was doing Superman and Lois and Clark, they got married, and all of a sudden everything swung around, and now they got married in the comic book. The comic books are always accommodating the TV shows, I think. In the Legion of Superheroes, there was Karate Kid, and literally, this is the Bruce Lee era, literally, he jumps, and as he goes through several panels, he becomes Asian at the end. And that's what he looks like for the rest of this. I mean, he just transformed into an Asian guy with no explanation.
Oh, wow.
Wow. How about you, Jamie? How about you, Jamie?
Oh, man. God.
Well?
Oh, well, the thing is, you look at all the iconic ones. You look at the ones that you're like, I can't picture anyone else playing this role again until they do it, and then they do it better. Like when Jack Nicholson was the Joker. It's like, oh my gosh, he's amazing. Then along comes, Heath Ledger. Like, oh my God, he's amazing. And then even Joaquin Phoenix brought something different to the role. It's really tough. And I think Margot Robbie is in a place now where you can't really picture anyone else playing Harley Quinn besides her.
Nope. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even though he was like what?
But Spider-Man keeps changing, and James Bond keeps changing, and Batman keeps changing, and Superman keeps changing. The thing you learn in acting class is if you do the part right, nobody can think somebody else could have played it. Oh, that's perfect because you make it your own.
That's true. Good point, man.
Well, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I guess if I had to choose one, I would say my favorite probably is. You know what? I was originally gonna say Tony Stark, but here's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Chris Evans, Captain America. I think, for all intents and purposes, that guy embodied the character so well that you just believe he is the Boy Scout, that he is the man displaced from time.
That is America's ass.
Yes.
Until he says "flame on."
Okay. Right.
When they do the Multiverse of Madness, they have to do one scene where he's Human Torch.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Where the Vision becomes the Human Torch?
No. A scene where Chris Evans is the Human Torch.
Why?
Because they're blending in the Multiverse of Madness.
Because he was the Human Torch in the other movie.
That's right.
Yep.
Right. I forgot.
And the old Fantastic Fours, yeah.
Yeah, they're blending everybody in, right? So
it's amazing that they gave him another chance, but I guess they figured nobody saw the first movie.
Well, I guess they figured if after the Green Lantern,
yeah.
everybody deserves a second chance.
Oh, that's a good pick too. Ryan Reynolds. Who else could play Deadpool?
Nobody.
Yeah. Who else could play Deadpool?
Yep.
That Green Lantern movie, the problem was it was two movies shoved into one. Like two other plot lines all together, and who cares what's going on? Why are they in the planet? What's with that guy with the big head? And it's like, but he was good. My favorite part in the Green Lantern movie is when he gets in front of Carol Ferris. He goes, "I'm Green Lantern." He goes, Hal Gordon? I know you my whole life. How do you think I wouldn't know it was you? So, right.
Well, that's another one. Is the what was the actor who played Thanos?
Josh
Brolin. The other Brolin, Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin. Like, he did such a good job there that I don't even like. You see not Daredevil, Deadpool 2 when he plays Cable. It doesn't stick.
Yeah.
It doesn't stick.
What do you mean it doesn't stick?
Like, I don't think he was a good Cable, but I thought he was a phenomenal Thanos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't get over that hurdle, right?
Okay.
That and he pulls out a fanny pack, I'm out. However, Brad Pitt is the Vanisher. Perfect.
interval of what? 3 seconds? 2 seconds?
Yeah. Well, there's another one. Ron Perlman as Hellboy. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Because when
He
they
was good as
recasted him for the remake, who is also Red Guardian
Yeah.
in Black Widow, I didn't get. I thought he was just doing an impersonation of Perlman.
Yeah, probably.
I like the Black Widow movie a lot, but I hear people didn't, but I did.
Well,
Yeah.
Jamie has a theory.
Well, no, I'm just saying is now that I've seen it, it's like Hawkeye. It's one of those things where I didn't think it was the greatest movie, but because it didn't really have stakes, like Mustafa pointed out once. But at the same time, it's tying into other things, which is making it relevant. Because otherwise, it's really just like this was my weekend, that kind of movie.
I loved the family stuff where they get together towards the end of the movie and go, "Stop slouching." Says, "I'm not slouching." It's like it was so family that they just slipped right back into it, and made me cry a couple of times when the sister goes, "You can't tell me the best 3 years of my life weren't real."
Yeah, that's true.
That was the best sequence. Like that's the movie.
Yeah.
It's
all about family.
It's just a shame. Like they had that perfect scene, like they set it up perfectly, and they had that perfect scene in the middle of the movie. Everything else just seemed like the formula of what needed to be an action movie got in the way. And how do we shoehorn this in between Civil War and Infinity War?
Well, that's what I felt about Captain Marvel. I thought they rushed that in so she would show up in Infinity War, and whatever the hell it was called. And I thought, in the comic book, Captain Marvel, no, it was Warlock who killed Thanos, and I thought Captain Marvel would have to be there, but she practically had nothing to do with Endgame, and it was a mediocre movie.
The Endgame?
No. The Captain Marvel movie was.
There was absolutely nothing there, and they didn't even try to, like, they did a gender. I hate it when they do the gender bending. Like they did it with Marvel. They turned Marvel into. Oh God, I'm bad with names. What's her name? Warren Beatty's wife.
Oh, Annette Bening.
Annette Bening. They turned Marvel into Annette Bening. And they just missed the opportunity of because what's a more iconic story than the graphic novel where Captain Marvel dies of cancer?
Right.
Like that was such for the younger kids, that was such a pivotal moment in Marvel history when that came out in the 80s. Like everybody was talking about that.
Right. But they can't do a movie where the lead dies in the first movie. They got to have a franchise.
No, but they could have had a story of Captain Marvel handing it off. Like she didn't have to be.
Okay.
She didn't have to be like they don't even call her Captain Marvel. It's like she's not referred to Captain Marvel until Spider-Man says it in Far From Home.
Right. Well, when they made that standalone Star Wars movie Rogue One.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I didn't know it was a standalone. So when the star died, I went, "Oh, that's surprising and very brave of them to make a whole movie and a whole great characters and go, no, you're dead. You're done."
Well, originally they survived.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then was it Garrett Edwards who came in and just basically revamped 80% of it?
Oh, the public didn't.
That might be right.
Well, because when you look at the original trailer, half that trailer, well, not even half.
It's not in the movie.
It's a whole new movie.
Yeah, it's not in there.
Oh, I'd love to see it.
Yeah, it's not even in there. Like the scene where the stormtroopers are fighting in the water and all that stuff. The TIE fighter showing up when she's like in the pivotal scene where she's cranking down the plans up to the ship. Like there was so much just not there. But apparently when Gareth Edwards says he's like,
Oh, Fran just said hello, awesome people.
Fran, don't just type. Jump on here. Come on. We need our swearing quota met.
Jump on something.
No, but Rogue One was awesome just because, like, you watch all these movies and you think, oh, they're very, very cool. The story's laid out awesomely and everything, the mythology and all that. And then, but no one ever really dies. None of the main characters die. They might get, hurt or frozen or whatever. But Rogue One finally added stakes to the Star Wars franchise. Like, yeah, your favorite characters, the guys that you're going to attach yourselves to for an hour and a half here. Guess what? We're going to kill them off by the end.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was. I'll admit that when I watched Rogue One, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is like, it was almost like, it was like a little emotional for me. Like, man, all these people are just white, done
Yep.
after one time.
Well, that entire third act was just a joyride. Like from the moment she hijacks the shuttle and infiltrates the planet there, and it's just a hell of a ride. I'll go back and pull out that movie just to see the third act. Like, who gives a rat's ass about everything leading up to it? Just give me that third act.
I was listening to Ben Affleck on Howard Stern, and he said, the time of people lining up for ordinary people is done. It's like you do safe stuff, you do familiar stuff, you do big stuff, but nobody wants like a movie. Well, actually, I don't know if he's completely right, because when his brother was in that movie where he won the Academy Award for the man dealing with the death of his family.
Oh, Manchester by the Sea.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a financial hit, but I think studios sometimes put out something, they go, "This is not going to make any money, but we got to get a rep of getting an Academy Award this year."
Yeah.
But sure, I'll go to Spider-Man and Avengers and Captain Marvel and Sherlock Holmes. It's like, oh, that movie's about a depressing family who's dealing with the death of their kid. I'll stay home. I got my own depression. So, but maybe not.
Kevin brings up one thing. So here's a quick question, and then we'll do a reset at the top of the show. The Darth Vader moment at the end of Rogue One.
Oh,
did you get all giddy seeing that? It was like 30 seconds, but oh my god!
You had to.
I'm telling you, that movie made Darth Vader cool on a whole other level. That scene, and that was added in the reshoots. The guy who played Vader, I met him. His name is Spencer Wilding. Yeah. He's a tall guy with a thick brogue, smokes like a chimney. But he said that the hallway was way too small for him. Swinging the lightsaber around and hitting things, and even made him wear heels, as tall as he was. But oh man, it was. He said it was a fun scene to do though, and you can tell it was fun to film. I mean, well,
that's
I love that scene.
That's like going to the concert of one of your favorite performers and they don't do their hit. It's like, what are you doing? How's Star Wars not going to have Darth Vader somewhere in it? But I just got done watching the third season of Lost in Space, and it's fine. It's really good. But I'm shocked that not one of the living actors from this original show had a cameo anywhere, because that's sort of like a tradition. Where the hell's Billy Mooney? Where's June Lockhart's too old, but the others, you think they'd sneak them in somewhere just because we feel good, or unless they want to remind us there was another Lost in Space and we don't want you to think about it.
Right.
Huh. Well, I was gonna say, did they even do like a voice cameo? Because that's happened too in the past.
Not that I'm aware of.
Huh.
Well, I do know in the original cut of Rogue One, Vader's on the planet.
Oh, okay.
Like he's slicing and dicing on, but the guy who came in and took over said that's not enough of an impact. So here's my question. So Darth Vader has that incredible moment in Rogue One. Is the counterpart to that the ending of season 2 of Mandalorian? Like,
mirrors. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you think they did it on purpose?
Absolutely. I mean, I think you've seen Luke do things in that one scene. I don't know that you've seen him do before.
Yeah.
It's like, holy crap, this is Luke on a whole other level, and I'm here for it. I love it.
In where? Which movie had you never seen him do it before? Mandalorian or the movie?
Oh yeah, the end of Mandalorian, where he takes on all the death robots or whatever.
Yeah.
He never did that before? I thought he would kill everybody in sight.
No, Luke never. The only time Luke ever shown that much prowess was in the sequence on Endor with the speeder bikes.
Okay.
That's the only time, maybe on the skiff, like, but he was just more deflecting stuff. Like
But
he
you know,
wasn't actually doing any Jedi stuff.
but by that point, he's been practicing for 50 years. You'd think he'd be pretty good at it by now.
Well, it's the first time you see Luke employ the Force choke,
Yeah.
right? Like it was like father like son moment there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. It was a nice bookend. It'd be a curious question to ask Favreau if he intended to be a bookend to the Rogue One moment. All right, guys,
Yeah.
let's top of the hour. We're kind of a little behind, but anyways, that's life. Welcome to MBartist Alley Live. There's three of us here. We had Mustafa on a little bit. He's here in text form,
But he was
Fran's here
dead,
in text
so
form.
we're glad he's gone.
You're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, but as artists and as artists do, we have the drawings. Let's show the drawings. All right, let's run through them. These are our featured art prints. We got Bob McLeod, who once again has not bestowed his 12 minutes. But we have his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles whack available as our featured art print. We have pre-order. There we go. Pre-order. You can pre-order the Secret Wars #8 cover recreation by Chad Hardin. We have some big plans in store for Secret Wars in 2022. Francine Delgado, you want to text us about this piece? Go ahead. We'll wait. But we have our 80s Queen Saturday Morning Dream. Mr. Coker, did we get you to talk about this piece? I think you came.
Well, it's Darth Vader melting one of the most expensive toys you can find out there. When I first drew this thing, it was just like, yeah, we're gonna do a Star Wars month. That's cool. I love the idea. And then it was like afterwards, I was watching some on YouTube, and they were talking the most expensive toys that you can buy, vintage, and this toy was in the top 3, I think, and it was like card-backed telescoping lightsaber Obi-Wan, and that's like, wow, they just put a whole new level of pain onto this thing. So and then this past weekend, this guy at C2E2 was like, I want that Vader canvas, so got it to him, and then he went and got it signed by Hayden Christensen and brought it back and allowed me to take a picture with it, and that was just really cool. Hayden, I guess, was a fan of it, so that was a good feeling. It was a good feeling. It's like,
And
just
he
for that
did
alone.
it in red. It was really cool how he did it in the red.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you think that Hayden Christensen occasionally at night jumps up with cold sweats and goes, Jar Jar Binks, like he yells it out?
Just jumps up.
I know he's regretting that he shouldn't have taken the high ground.
Oh boy.
How do you really feel about sand, Hayden?
Oh man.
Anyways, there we go. Also, a real cool moment was someone came and showed a Timothy Zahn signed acrylic case, which I thought was pretty cool. All right, what's the next one? Here we go. We got James C. Mulligan's Hocus Pocus, Witch and Famous.
That's cool.
We got Mr. Rubenstein's Quicksilver and Tigra, voices of Peter Newman. Not only that, folks, but I'm pleased to announce that pretty shortly we will have all of the art pieces that we had signed by Peter Newman and Larry Kenny will be available on MBartist.com. And they've been kind enough to send us some video marketing. So look for that coming to a Facebook or social media near you, which will be pretty cool. Speaking of Darth Vader, we got John Hebert's Darth Vader.
Nice.
We've got Deadpool and Spider-Man Pest Control by Mustafa Musa and our newest member of MBartist, Lobos. Isn't that kind of like a con moment?
Yeah, it is kind of. It is kind of. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of like doing it. I'm gonna try and get myself to stop doing it, but I kind of like doing it.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. And speaking of Lobos, we have Spider-Man Web Layer. It's not coming soon. You can order it now at MBartist.com. And of course, we have my Beauty and the Beast that I'm told I need to hype up more. There we go. So, anyways, there's our featured art prints. As stated, we've got a winner. So we ask you guys, what do we ask them to do, Jamie?
We asked them to like, comment, subscribe, share, so you can be entered into the drawing. Turn on those alerts so you can do the drawing.
So when you send it to us, you get a ticket. It goes into the draw, and the lovely Love G. The name's so nice. We got to say it twice. We have a winner, and the winner is Natalie Labine. Natalie, I don't know if you're watching, but hopefully you'll play this back and find out. You're going to get contacted. Let's see what Natalie has won. The Price is Right. Here we go. Boop, 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 boop. I'm doing the noise sensor for everybody.
Oh,
Rolling. Natalie, let's see. Hey!
Oh!
Natalie, Merry Christmas. You have won Jamie Coker's Dr. Zeus the Grinch, a fine art print coming to a mailbox near you. Consult your local listings. All right. Congratulations, Natalie. We hope you enjoy for it. And send in your screenshots, guys. And to be entered for next week's, you never know what you're going to get. All right. There we go. Did that sound good? That sounded planned, didn't it? All right. Mustafa is super offended by that Beauty and the Beast. Yes, it's true. Wait till you see the next one I have in mind.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Mustafa didn't like My Fair Lady either.
Anyways, all right, it's show and tell time. Mr. Rubenstein, you've just been doodly drawing away as opposed to Jamie, who gets Trish to do all of it for him.
I'm glad that's finally out.
Lies. Fake news.
Lies, oh lies.
a mostly retired comic book artist who was nice enough to come out of retirement to do these for me. Kerry Gamble has recreated some classic Marvel covers.
Oh, that is so cool.
That I'm inking. And coincidentally, this one I did the original like 30 years ago or something. But I don't know if I've shown it here before or not. But something for MBartist, which I'm working on, is that.
Do you know how many people I have asking for that piece?
I guess I should get it done, huh?
Yep, that and the tiger shirts. I've been you've been showing it here, and
I've been busy with your conventions.
I got good news. You don't have any till next year.
I didn't want to do anything important while I was talking to you guys, so I'll do that later.
Ah, very good. Question: what's the deal on that? Are they going to be done in color, or are those commissions?
Oh, they're always in color. One guy's had me do. I can't tell you between 400 and 600 of them so far, of just different recreations, but only drawn by the living artist. He won't get somebody to imitate Jack Kirby, but he'll get Ron Wilson and Kerry Gamble and Val Merrick and Al Milgrom, whatever. So the living artist he commissions to do recreations of literal recreations, not just a copy.
Wow.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, Kerry's
awesome.
great.
Mr. Coker, what you got for me?
Well, the things I have been working on, unfortunately, I can't share, but
because your wife's drawing them?
No, I have contracts that say I can't share.
Because your wife's
one of them says I can't share until like 2 weeks after the month is over or something. After the month it comes out, but I am going to be working on turning this guy into a print. Good old shredder. So he's going to be a print.
What else is it going to be?
Oh, it's also going to be a T-shirt.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Where will we be able to get those T-shirts?
Oh, Bits and Buttons, is that the name? I believe. Yeah, they're going to have T-shirts, and this is going to be the first one. And then after that is going to be Boba Fett, I believe.
Boba Fett?
So, oh, yeah. Boba Fett. Boba Fett, see? Yeah.
Boba Fett. We're going to get Boba Fett, see? Nah.
Yeah.
What if Han Solo did that? There you go.
Oh, God.
I don't see Boba Fett. No, see, nah.
I got a bad feeling about this, see? Yeah.
Jamie, do you know who you're imitating?
Do I know who I'm imitating?
Yeah.
What? Not Cagney, right?
No.
Who?
Edward G. Robinson.
Edward G. Robinson. Okay, I'm gonna look him up right after this. I know I've heard of him.
Okay.
You never heard of him?
I've heard of him.
Yeah. For me, that was Big Boss from Cops. Remember that cartoon?
Yes, I remember that one.
I bet you
Oh,
they were
God.
imitating Edward G. Robinson.
There you go. Hey, you're never gonna get me, copper. You never saw it coming.
You,
Or
Jamie, you never
yeah.
saw Soylent Green with Soylent Green?
Soylent Green. Yeah, I have seen that.
He's the old man in it that he brings the eggs for. The old guy.
What?
Remember,
Really?
Heston brings him like, I brought you an egg. Oh my God, I haven't had an egg in so long. He's the old man at the end of the or somewhere in the movie. Edward G. Robinson.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to go look that up again.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
There
I
you
learned
go.
something today.
You got Jamie. We got a question. Where the hell is Hordak, and when is he coming out?
Oh, geez. I am in the process of coloring Hordak right now. He's drawn. He just needs to be colored. And we are in the process of coloring him, and he's being colored. So that's the color update, because he's being colored right now. Is the
How
color.
many times can you say color?
Color. Lots of color.
We're going through
So much color.
boxes and boxes of Crayolas to bring you Hordak.
Just
All right,
so much
actually
color,
got
man.
stuff. Look, I got a bag. I have stuff.
Ooh.
I'm gonna crack it open. So in Chicago, John basically gave me a crap load of originals. So I thought I'd show them off. Let's show them off. All right. This is the John show. All right, here we go. We'll go through them real quick. So we'll show this one real quick. There's his Secret Wars #1, which I thought was real cool. So
Nice.
Can you see where he had to fix it? Remember how he kept saying, there's something wrong with it. I have to fix it. Can you see it? Can you see?
Wait, wasn't that something with Cannonball?
Yeah, right. Where's Cannonball? He's around there somewhere.
I see one of the things, Stones is in the wrong spot. So I think that's it. Yeah.
Oh, Cannonball's behind the thing. He's behind
Oh,
the
yeah,
thing.
I see him.
Yeah.
I see him.
Yeah, he fixed it. And I'm like, what did you fix? Anyways, there's one. We've got that one. Let's put that aside. What else do we got here? This one I'm excited to get colored and bring to the masses. Guess what I'm excited for, Jamie? You know. Look at this.
Oh, yeah. Silver Hawks.
Look at that. Look at the detail work he puts in that, eh?
Yeah, that's cool,
There's the
man.
Mirage.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, my former assistant drew the original to that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Mike Witherby.
So you know how we do the drawings for the Golden Age tribute? So he gave me his next Golden Age tribute. I think, Joe, you've got yours coming down the pipe too, right?
Yeah, it's like 40% done.
There's his.
I look at John's stuff and I think, get a hobby.
There's so much mileage on this drawing. If it was a car, it'd be a beater by now, eh? So we've got that. So that's going to be our next one of our next Golden Age tributes. And then he gave me his. I've been waiting forever for the colors to get this damn thing done. There's his Han Solo that was supposed to be ready for May the 4th be with you. It might be done for next May the 4th. What else we got? Oh, here's a classic. Everybody loves this one. This original is available still, folks. Look at this. Star Wars #1.
Yep.
Oh, I just put it in front of me. Why didn't I just do that?
Nice.
And then we got his Boba Fett original. There we go. And then finally his. So all these originals are going to be available on johnhebertart.com as soon as I'm able to scan them and put them up. And I got a box full of your stuff too, Joe, that I got to put on your website, but we should probably update all the pricing.
Good.
And then we'll get a bunch of Jamie Cokers because your villainous villains. What original villains do you still have available?
Let's see. I still have Megatron, Mum-Ra, Monstar, Hordak. Yeah, I think I've only got like 4. I think that's the 4 I have.
Yeah, but the 6 we've sold.
Oh, and Joker. I have Joker.
You haven't sold Joker yet.
No, dude, 3 guys at this last show all put in bids, and I was like, I got asked about it quite a bit, but no.
So which
Not
ones,
yet.
which ones are you willing to let go?
I'm willing to let go all of them. All of them.
Yeah, but you just said you weren't going to let go of Joker.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing, dude.
Hey, man.
Man,
Hey,
dude.
man. Let me tell you. The thing about that one is, I need to get signed by Mark Hamill, a dear friend from a long way back. No.
Wait. Let me
no.
get that. You dropped something. Here you go. You dropped the name.
No, seriously. Here's the thing. If I could get it signed by Mark Hamill, I would
Yeah.
hold on to it. But the likelihood of me getting it signed by Mark Hamill is next to, I don't know what next to nothing, but it's pretty low.
Now,
Yeah,
is that because you don't think he'll show up to a con, or because his autograph?
Well, he only does like what, Star Wars Celebration or something like that. That's the only one he really does, right? Maybe
No,
San
he does
Diego.
Fan Expo. He did Fan Expo Toronto. That's where I got to meet him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I ever tell you my Mark Hamill story?
Yes.
Yeah, the movie theater.
Yeah. See, I have no stories left. Goodbye.
All right. Good night,
Come on
everybody.
now.
It's over.
It's over. Good night, Johnny. Good night. And I guess I could show. It's not done yet, but I could show. Where is it? I have something that's in the pipe, and you guys can ridicule for. Let me see if I can get this going.
No, that's Mustafa's job. Okay.
Let me see if I can share the screen. It's not finished yet. I still have to go through it. Joe, you can tear it apart.
Okay. Could you mail it to me?
There you go. There's my.
Oh yeah. I remember this.
Yeah. There's my
Yeah,
Lady of
wow.
the Lake. Yeah, Jim did a good job. He did good. I still have some.
My only question is, if she's under the water, why is it gray instead of bluer?
Well, I think he went for a green and yellow color scheme.
Okay, but it just seems that she doesn't have quite as much of the environment on her. I would have thought that sunlight or blue or emerald green water or something like that. So
yeah. Well, Bob sent me some notes. He thinks that there should be more contrast between what's underwater and above water. Like push it.
Well,
back
I can
more.
tell what's above water.
Yeah. And he doesn't like what I did with the ripples. My wife doesn't like it. Like the whole idea is I wanted it to be like a halo.
Right.
But my wife was like,
their edge
ripples
could
would
be
never act like that.
Yeah, but their edge could be a little softer, emphasizing the halo glow, and still be the same shade.
Well, I'll send it to you. Maybe you can send me some notes, Joe.
Okay. I think I just did. Okay.
Yeah, I won't remember it.
All right.
But anyway,
Someone should be recording this.
John. Oh,
Right.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you. There you go, John. John, I have been talking as an artist and not just as a host. There you go. See, there's my lovely right. Right? The ripples are wrong. Ripples, not nipples.
Oh, jeez.
Now your wife's really gonna hate you. All right.
I know. There goes my dinner. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. So it is now 4:28. Time to wrap it up. Unless Joe, you got any more you want to show, or are we good to go?
No, that's it. I'm good.
The ripples were problematic, as the kids say. All right, guys. There you go. There's my lovely wife.
Nipples.
It's a word that just jumps out.
It pokes out, actually.
Yes. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's a good note. Until next time, what do we recommend you do, Jamie?
Like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications.
Take screenshots, send it to us. You get a ticket, you might win some free eye candy. So until next week, yes, we will do next week. From the Great White North and all points in between, we bid you au revoir.
Oh, so French. Okay.
Mais oui.
Bye.